Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through a £15 Vinted order. The order contains just Xbox 360 games. There is one title in that though that caught my eye on the post that's worth just almost as much as the bundle itself. So I threw in an offer, managed to get it delivered for just shy of £15. Also in this video is going to be the start of my journey towards a free Mega Drive collection. The Mega Drive collection isn't something that I'm rushing into, hence why I think it's going to work better for these type of videos, because it is a slow process of building that pot up. I have a couple of orders sort of behind the camera that I've managed to buy quite cheap, and I'm going to look at trading them into CEX, getting some cash back, and building up a voucher, and then eventually I'm thinking when I maybe hit a £500 mark is when we'll look at splashing out, buying some Mega Drive stuff, whether it's online or in person. The reason why I picked the Mega Drive, purely because it's just a fun console. I've got no nostalgia behind this console, as it's something I didn't have as a kid. My friends didn't have it when I was growing up. It just has some great titles on it, and it looks the coolest, if I'm honest. A few games that I already have, Lion King being one. Loved the Lion King as a kid when the original came out. So in its sense, there's a bit of nostalgia there. Being able to play through with the original music, it's just so fun to do. That does remind me of being a kid. So I'm hoping to collect some more titles like that to almost have that nostalgia feel. So in these videos, I plan on having a tally just here with our current cash and our current CEX vouchers. Obviously, right now we're going to be starting at 0 for the vouchers. But I recently sold my PlayStation 4, which has given me a nice sort of cash start. I'm not putting all the money in from that into this pot, but I'm just going to go for, I think 50 quid is a good starting point. That's going to be for obviously buying the games, and then we're going to try and trade them in or sell them through Vinted, and keep that £50 buffer. That way there's always money on the screen, there's always going to be money to spend in achieving this free collection. And the reason why we're starting it in this video is, like I said, that Vinted order that I've got, I should be able to flip for a little bit more, either on Vinted, or I'll probably end up just trading them in to try and get the cash back if I have no success on Vinted. So now I'll go through that Vinted order and we'll get to that game that caught my eye originally. Don't get me wrong, these games don't have a great deal of value. To trade in, I'm probably going to have to almost give them away. But to sell them as a bundle, most of the time it's quantity. You do a big enough bundle for a cheap enough price, somebody's going to buy it. Especially for what I've paid for this order, I think I'll easily get my money back, if not a bit more. And then I've also got that fallback if I just wanted to go and trade them all in to CEX. I've done a bit of research on it, and I'm going to just pop some screenshots up onto my left. As it stands, I could trade all of this in for something like £13, which to me isn't, that's not bad at all. You think £2 for the main game that I wanted. If it were you guys and you saw a game that was worth sort of 12 to 15 quid, and you could only pay 2 quid for it, then it's a winner. So the first game is Everyone Sing. Now, I can't sing myself, so I definitely won't be playing this. I already have it in my collection, but yeah, it doesn't sell for a lot. The next game is Seen It Box Office Smash. Again, another game that I've got in my collection. Never played it, but I had played games like Buzz on the PS2, with the controllers are relatively similar. It was always fun at Christmas time, getting Buzz out and playing it with the family. I was always terrible at it because I was a kid and I just knew nothing, but nevertheless, it was fun. So the next game is Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the classics version. It's a bit less appealing to most people, like myself. It does trade in for a little bit though, which is good. It's another game that I do have in my collection, but I do have the original version and not the classics, which is always good. So then we have Saints Row 2, 3 and 4, 3 being the full package edition, which is classics. Saints Row games they're okay, like in my opinion they're okay, right? The first two I really enjoyed. Had that sort of gangster kind of aspect to it, and then it just lost all its seriousness, which is what a lot of people enjoy. It's probably a game that I will revisit later on now I've got all of them. I'll just take it less seriously. You just play from one through them all, and then they just get more far-fetched as time goes on. I think that's kind of what you need to enjoy when playing these types of games. Next we have Oblivion and Skyrim. These Elder Scroll games, Skyrim I put quite a few hours into. I really enjoyed this game. However, Oblivion, I think I've probably put about 8 hours into this, but it's doing like the first hour over and over and over again. So that's your character customization, you're leaving the tunnels, you do a bit of roaming around, and then I kind of just put it down, forget about it. And then when I do remember that I have the game, I end up starting it all over again anyway. Maybe it's something I'll revisit a bit later on, because I did really enjoy Skyrim. It's a lot of hours, a lot of time committed to a game, whereas I like to immerse myself into like a good storyline and something that doesn't actually take so long. Next we have Black Ops 2. This actually resells for quite a bit still. It's trading anyway. I love the Black Ops games. The campaign for me was the best part of these games. I did like the online, prefer the more Modern Warfare style of online, but the zombies, just incredible. Love playing zombies. We used to, either the zombies or trick shotting, and having FaZe growing up, it was just so fun to do. You get home from school, jump in the lobby, just hit some awesome trick shots. And then we have Modern Warfare 2. Like I was saying then, I preferred the Modern Warfare games just for the online aspect. It was Call of Duty 4 that got me into online gaming on the 360, and that will always hold a special place like in my heart for video games, because it was just the doorway for me into this massive world of video games. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is probably my favourite campaign. It comes very close to Modern Warfare. The realism in it was just so good. The heartbreak in it was just so sad. I just love the Modern Warfare timeline in general. I recently played through the reboots of the Modern Warfare games. Felt the same heartbreak as I got to the end, but really looking forward to the next one in that series. Next we have Fallout 3. I love the Fallout games. A bit like Skyrim, put so many hours into it but never actually completed it. I just like the roaming aspect and upgrading gear and just finding cool post-apocalyptic stuff. Next we have GTA 5. I put so many hours into GTA Online. I loved it. It probably just 12 months solidly just playing one game, and that game was GTA 5. Really looking forward to GTA 6 when eventually it comes out. And I'll actually be old enough to buy that one, so that's fun. Next up is Fable 2 and Fable 3. These games were just incredible. Didn't play Fable 3 as much as I did 2, but I just did everything with 2. This game is probably one of a few that holds quite a bit of nostalgia for me. I love going back through it and playing through it from time to time. I've been the saint, I've been the sinner, I've had people love me, I've had people hate me, and that's what I love about this game. It's just a world that you can kind of get lost in, and then you've got obviously your pet dog to join you for that whole experience. And then before the main event, we've got Mafia 2. If you've been watching any of my TikTok stuff, you'll see that I've been playing through the Mafia games. I've started on the definitive edition because it's on Game Pass at the minute. I just happened to look through my collection a week or so ago, and I was looking for a new game to play, and Mafia 2 just stood out for me, and I thought with the definitive edition being on 360, I thought I was going to have some of that and pick up the whole series and play through the whole series in one big go. That's kind of how I like doing it. Is I want to have every game in a series before I start playing it, before I start committing to it. you just get so sucked into it. And,
yeah, boy.
And it just, I love it when you find a game that you just can't put down. And at the minute, Mafia is that game. Okay, so for the main event, this game at the minute in CEX is £12. This is what caught my eye originally on the bundle, and that is Hitman, the HD trilogy. The Hitman games are something that I have a bit of nostalgia to. My dad had Hitman 2 on the PC, never really kind of did the missions properly, just messing about on it. Way too young to play it, as for most things. But then as I grew up, I revisited it on the PC. I still got it in my collection upstairs. I loved all the newer ones, the reboots, the films that they released. Just the whole Hitman franchise is something that I just love. I love the stealth aspect in the games. I like how you have to plan from A to B, you know, and you can use different weapons as you go through it. But there's always a plan. You've got to kind of do objective by objective. I don't like raising any alarms. I like doing it all properly as if an assassin would. Now, this copy is in great condition. Case is fantastic. The inlay's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
It comes complete with the manual, both discs. Discs are in great condition, and it's something that I'm just happy to put in my collection. And for the cost of the bundle, which was the £15 including postage, for this game that sells for 12 in CEX, I don't think that's too bad. So I currently have that bundle listed on my Vinted. It's a great starter bundle they're a great bunch of games as filler games that somebody may not have. Just basically looking to get my money back to essentially get the Hitman HD trilogy as a free game. Now, I thought it was valid to include this bundle in the free Mega Drive series, just because they're games that I don't need. Obviously, I bought the bundle for one game, and if I can make some money back on it, then that's great. But it's almost a starting point. You know, you've got to spend money to make money, and hopefully if I can sell it on Vinted, I'll be making more cash money. If not, then I'll probably break even somewhere along the lines if I was to go and trade it in CEX. So this is probably going to be quite a long journey in collecting the Mega Drive collection, but it's something also that I want to put a lot of time into anyway. A lot like the 360 stuff, the PlayStation stuff, I don't really want to jump into. You know, it's going to have a certain standard of quality. It's got to be complete. Don't really want Sega Genesis stuff just after the Mega Drive. So that's why it's going to take some time, which I'm happy about. I'm not going to have many filler games in this whatsoever. If I don't get the full collection, I don't get the full collection. I'm just going to be picking up what I fancy playing. If there's some decent sports games out there, then yes, I'll probably pick them up if they look fun enough. Ultimately, it's just a retro console that I want to have the best games for. Like with the 360, I've obviously got to have a load of filler games as I'm actually going for the full PAL collection. That's not something that I want for the Mega Drive. Like I said, it's just solely stuff that I fancy playing. I do have a current list of things that I want. Terminator games, there's RoboCop, the Desert Strike, or just the Strike series, Micro Machines, and other various games of that category. So I'm hoping you enjoyed the video. This is going to be hopefully a first of many. I'll keep you all updated on the pot itself. I have no idea how this is going to go. I'm just kind of winging it at the minute. But we're going to keep looking, we're going to keep hunting, we're going to keep trying to find stuff to resell. And yeah, maybe one day we'll get quite a reasonable size of Mega Drive games that I've paid nothing for. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it, give me a subscribe. Trying to build this channel as much as I can. Also head over to my TikTok. There's going to be more frequent updates of new videos and gameplay and just general interactions. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.